The number one problem of the youth in Cameroon were birth certificates and ID cards. Going around Cameroon after 20 or so town hall meetings with minimum 200 young people in, and there were conversations, question and answer sessions, and so on. The number one issue that came out, number one issue all over Cameroon, and in some places much more than in others. And when I say much more, it was like it was the only thing on the table, was the civil status. And that's when we realized, and that's when we would put up a flag and said there is a problem. Unfortunately, when that happened right after the mayors met and we talked to them and they raised it, and it became, inside 1 month, it became a national discussion. Unfortunately, what then happened is that some people decided to make a lot of money on it. So you get very simple answers to complex issues. Complex. Guy tells you, a policeman is the guy who locks me up because I don't have an ID, and is the same guy who is supposed to deliver my ID.
Are those simple issues?
Pardon?
ID, is it simple? Is it that simple?
It's a very simple issue if you look at it the way it is. What we have done is that we have complexified the simplest issue that is handled by a state. Now, guess what? Civil status, according to law, is in the hands of the mayor, in the council. That's why you go there for your birth certificate. Okay? For you to have an ID. Now, the process, where do they complexify it? They ask you to go and see the mayor to get an extract of your birth certificate. Once you have that, on the basis of what the mayor gave you, you go to court to have a certificate of nationality. And those are all, for people in Bakassi, you're talking about 60, 70,000 of transport fares to do all of that. So you're already in 120, 30,000.
Which you might not have.
You will definitely not have, because even if you have them, it's not disposable income. It's meant to pay school fee or something else. And you go now to the court, to the magistrate, and get a certificate of nationality. And when you have those two documents, you go to the police station to get your ID card made. Now, if you fall on a corrupt policeman, he will lock you up because you don't have an ID. If it's a nice one, he will start the process. Okay? But in every normal country, the guy who decides on your civil status issues you your ID card. So you just simply go to your mayor and get your ID card and go home. Why do they complexify the whole process? Because the policeman cannot do anything outside of what the mayor has decided, and the judge cannot do anything outside of what the mayor has decided. So the mayor is the king. The mayor is the guy deciding. Why do you remove him that competence to give it to civil servants? Bring it back to him. Just simply move the process back to where it is supposed to be and where it is in the rest of the world. You have solved the problem.